Welcome to Bill and Tony's Excellent Adventure in Music. Here are your hosts, Bill Fraser and Tony Sartu.
Welcome to Bill and Tony's Excellent Adventure in Music. I'm Bill.
And I'm Tony.
And we are going to explore our love for music by sharing some facts and our thoughts on some of the best albums of all time.
We're back for season 2 of our show. And if you're new to us, first of all, welcome and thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have any new listeners with us for this season. We are Bill Fraser and Tony Sartu. We're lifelong friends and have shared a love for baseball and the New York Yankees for decades.
What Tony and I didn't really appreciate was how much we both loved music. We're both completely passionate fans for music. And a few years ago, I started listening to the Rolling Stone top 500 albums of all time when they came out with it in 2020. And Tony and I talked about it a lot and started connecting the dots, so to speak, on how we both loved music so much. It became something where I just tracked every album I listened to, put notes down, and I started ranking what I thought were the best albums. And Tony and I talked about it a lot.
So after listening to Bill talk about this project for months, every couple of days, I just changed my rankings, and now this is number 3, and this is number 13. I jokingly told him that he needed to stop talking to me about this and do a podcast. So here we are. So Bill, why don't you tell us about season 1?
So season 1 went by like crazy fast. We started this journey back in February of this year, which feels like forever ago. It was figuring out how to post stuff, how to get a podcast out there. We're now in 49 countries, Tony. 49 countries have downloaded and streamed our podcast.
Bill, the last time we talked about this was maybe 2 months ago, and it was 29 countries. We haven't put out new content in 2 months, and 20 more countries came online. That's amazing.
It is amazing. And the fact that we've done 12 episodes and have more than 2,000 streams and downloads is just a blessing. I'm just amazed that we're getting the positive reception that we are for something that we just are passionate about and are enjoying. So I think it's really amazing.
It sure is. So for last season 1, we did 10 shows reviewing 10 of Bill's personal top 20 albums of all time. Our most popular shows were U2's Achtung Baby, David Bowie's Hunky Dory, Let It Bleed by the Rolling Stones, Thriller by Michael Jackson, and Purple Rain by Prince. Other episodes featured albums from Fleetwood Mac, Nirvana, the Beatles, Billy Joel, and Bruce Springsteen.
So for season 2, we're going to take a little bit different tack, right? So we, in season 1, focused on albums that I identified as my top 20 albums of all time, specifically from the Rolling Stone top 500 albums. But I think what we found out along the way is we both have just such a broad musical taste and appreciate a lot that what we really want to do is not limit what we're discussing to the Rolling Stone top 500 list, but really to the albums that you and I feel are the best albums of all time. And that is going to allow us to just have a lot more fun with it, I think.
I couldn't agree more. Frankly, as we kept recording shows and I was thinking about this box that we had created, I was worried that I was going to start losing interest in some of these albums because while they may be quote unquote the best of all time, they might not be ones that I particularly was interested in. And I'm really excited to be able to widen our scope to talk about great albums, but great albums that we like.
Absolutely. So we've got a really awesome season lined up. Tony and I have already kind of worked out exactly what we have on tap for season 2. And we're going to give you a little teaser here. So we're going to basically lay out the first 2 episodes, and then we're going to tell you about the artists that we're going to hit for the rest of the season. So episode 1 is going to be on Pearl Jam 10. And Tony and I had the pleasure of going to see Pearl Jam this past weekend with Tony's brothers, Rick and Dave, and it was phenomenal. Can't wait to talk about it on our first episode of the season. And then the second episode of the season is going to be on the Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape. It's going to be really great to do that, especially after the Los Angeles tribute concert for Taylor Hawkins coming up at the end of September. So those are what's on tap for the first 2 episodes of the season. And then we're going to be hitting albums from the Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Go-Go's and George Harrison. And of course, Taylor Swift.
Finally, the Swifties have been clamoring since the beginning of our show for some Taylor Swift, and you guys are going to be getting some Tay-Tay.
And we're going to cover the Killers and Led Zeppelin, the Strokes, and Springsteen again. So super excited for season 2. We might work in some bonus episodes. Tony and I actually already have an idea that we're going to be doing a specific bonus episode on. You'll hear about that real soon.
And the other thing that's exciting is we are going to be having guests appear on the show too. So this is going to be a new feature for us. Not every show is going to have guests, but we're going to try to incorporate guests throughout the season. And we're very excited about that.
We had just such a tremendous experience with season 1. We're thrilled to be back for season 2. We enjoyed doing this show for all of you, and we really invite you to join us on this journey. Please come back and listen and tell us what you like. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us the things that we can do to make it more exciting where we can, and we'll work that in. We're loving doing the show, and we're really loving doing the show for you.
Can't wait to see you guys all out there.
Thanks, everybody. Talk soon.